Altogether graphically violent and depraved, sick and disturbing, and all at once insightful into the human psyche. You expect no less from Stanley Kubrick. This is 1971, Malcolm McDowell, A Clockwork Orange. This is a unique film in that it is incredibly brilliant. I don't know that I would ever recommend it. What does this mean? I've watched it a couple of times and it never ceases to be an entirely disturbing sort of endeavor. There is, however, on the surface, you first wonder what the heck is going on, especially because in this very complete universe of the near future, we get the details of even linguistics. The language is different. The slang language is different. The way that they produce certain verbs and nouns, the way that it comes out is sort of Englishy, but not anything we're accustomed to now or in 71 or in the past. But sort of remotely carrying on is the sense that it is organically grown from our language and projected into the future. That's a lot of detail to put into something. On the other hand, we have the weird oddities of the dress and the behavior, but then fashions come and go and sometimes come back, and what seems clownish and weirdly out of place from our perspective and predilection of what we think the future will be isn't necessarily correct. This film produces something that is quite plausible, believable, completely in the sense that it could be a glimpse of the future, not as we hope it would be, clearly, not as we even imagine it might be at its worst, but something that is at the same time worse than that and better than that. It is nuanced and it emerges sort of organically on its own to be the future that we are shown. Now, apparently, large sections of the population live in this lawless, depraved, collapsing zone. It's almost as if the ghettos have grown to encompass most of the planet, but we get this sense that there are a spoiled elite few that are protected from it, but that doesn't stop them from becoming roving gangs of disenchanted youth from the elite that go around abusing, literally raping, molesting, and stealing from, doing the ultra-violence after taking drugs just for kicks. It is this sort of lawlessness of the very elite mixed with the lawlessness of ghetto life, but projected into this future where this has become sort of the norm of the future society. It actually feels like it's a phase in between H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, that farther afield in the future, the further separation of the elites who are then, hunting the worker, the class on the surface. It feels like something in between that. But of course, really, A Clockwork Orange is delving into the psychology of humanity with the sinfulness, the depravity highlighted by drugs, the desire for drugs to alter our perception of reality, our ability to have mental and psychological conditions that alter our perception of reality, and really the question of what is reality. Everything about A Clockwork Orange feels abrasive, uncomfortable, violent, graphic. There are no nice moments in it unless they're being used as subterfuge for something insidious. The film is quite painful to actually sit through, but of course I'm sure that is the point. It's a view into this insight into us and therefore into our future because of who we are inside. It's brilliant and yet it's painful. It's abrasive, it's fascinating, you want to look at it, and at the same time, it's truly, truly disturbing. And so even though I think it is brilliant, I've only watched it a few times in my life, and I'm not sure that I would say, go sit through this because, man, why would you do that to yourself? But it is a classic of dystopian sci-fi, sort of that genre of film. It's around out there. I found it for free on Tubi. Check it out if you haven't seen it, or if you have. Either way, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.